welcome to another episode of Greased and Gas, powered by Caprice Media. Well, we're out here on a sunny weekend at Southern Rod and Custom in Shepparton. We're going to have a quick look at some in the build stuff, some of the machinery that it takes to build these high-end custom cars, and get a sneak peek at some of Shane's new bespoke custom pieces that he's going to be making available shortly. Follow us as we have a good look at these high quality show cars. Well, we're here with Shane Rowe. I don't know that he really needs any kind of introduction, although the beard's coming in quite nicely here. We're going to get a run through on a few of the cars that are in the build here at the moment. Most of the ones that have got a fair bit of fabrication already done. But we're going to start off with this 61
Buick Invicta.
Yep.
This is a vehicle we're doing for one of our very good customers. This is pretty much being built as a full house, no limit show car. This thing will be incredible in detailing and fit and finish when we do finish in a few years' time. So it's got one of our chassis works, full custom built frames underneath it, all custom built suspension. This particular car, even though we don't do a lot of airbags now, is on airbags just for its impact look later on. Engine wise, it's a new LT4 supercharged Chev. We've custom designed all these new supercharger covers. This particular one's got removable inserts that we put all this Invicta logo in, which is the nickname for the car. We've done new billet rocket covers which hide the coils inside. This obviously, still in the build stages. We just sort of finished a lot of the fabrication work.
Yep.
A vehicle like this, obviously, it's just insane amounts of hours going into just thought and design before we even go and fabricate parts for it.
And there's a lot of people at home are probably thinking, oh, whoever owns this has made of money. Well, he or she might be, but the good thing is he's giving you the budget, the time, and the opportunity to do some of your best.
Oh, totally, yeah. It's we sort of hear in the background all the time, these guys are all rich and they're checkbook hot rodders and whatever else, but without those guys, we wouldn't be able to design all these products to sell to the average Joe.
That's it,
still a home build, simple as that.
And you were saying the bonnet catchers on this are from a BMW.
Yeah.
Do you often look to newer cars for some design?
Totally, just because they work.
Yeah,
simple
like
as that,
door catches and locks and stuff like that.
No. And as engineering gets harder and harder nowadays, you're pretty much forced to do that sort of thing too.
Yeah, and do you find some of those parts actually maybe keep the panels more precisely fit when they're open and closed?
Totally, yeah. Because when we do a vehicle like this, we'll do all what we call the door shuts and everything. This car's still got to be final gapped yet, but I mean, we'll do most of the door shuts and everything without any locks or anything in it, and then we'll go back and put the locks in where they need to be, rather than it regulate where the gaps are going to be.
That's it, yeah. And we're not going to spill too much about this car, but having seen the renderings on it, how you see it now, you're probably not going to imagine what this thing's going to look like. It is the final result that is going to be close to the renderings. It should be phenomenal. So we're going to move over to, just going to have a quick buzz past this HQ 1 tonner here. There's a mad project in the works here, this 55 convertible.
Yeah, so it's another actually main customer we do a lot of cars for. Chris owns the red 57 that we initially run One Motorex with 21 years ago.
That's it, and recently unveiled his Dodge Coronet.
Twin turbo Coronet at Motorex, yeah. So this is the next big show car for him. I'll just put the hoist up and just show underneath. Pretty special.
So this car, you basically started this sort of, was it technically sat at ride height and then you just cut everything out and...
Basically, yeah. So I've fully CAD designed this car. So all the frame now is just sitting at its actual drive height.
Yep.
And I have particular want to be able to have the car super low and drive at that height, not have to jack it up later with airbags or anything else. This vehicle as it sits can do
Yep.
These are only mock-up set wheels that we've got on this now at the moment, and we've custom designed wheels which we'll show you later for it.
Yep.
But this can drive at this height and turn full turning circle lock with inside the guards now without scrub.
I remember the first time I saw this, the rear end of it, it looked like you couldn't put a roof on it.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't tuck the roof away because the tub's
and it will be the same with that too. So what we're going to do, I just have a thing with convertibles that convertibles look best with a roof on. End of story. It's just my personal thing. I just like that whole cloth top look when they're up. So we'll use the original frame on this, but we're going to weld it and smooth it all off and have it all as a one-piece lift-off frame. Yep. But will look like a folder.
Is that Carson top? Is it? Is that
no,
something?
Carson's more, which I've built a lot of those. It's more, say, you build it out of aluminium, you make it look like it's folding, and then you just cover it with material. Whereas this will actually, you'll look inside the front car and you'll see the frame.
Yep. You know? And as like Shane said, he does a lot of this stuff in design, so CAD design and what have you. So the car's practically built before a welder or a grinder gets fired up. And as expensive as these cars are, it takes a lot of the trial and error out.
Oh, totally, yeah. We do it. I mean, even though it costs a lot initially, it saves money in the end for the customer.
And are they things that you can run past an engineer in diagrams?
Oh,
or
totally,
no?
totally. Yeah, especially when it comes to our chassis stuff. I can say, well, this is what we're thinking of doing. Maybe it might be a unique sort of design for 4 bars or something. He can go away with that information and do a pre-test on it and say, yeah, that's fine, it'll be passing.
That's it, and it would have cost you the minimum amount of money to do that, to get to that point.
Yeah.
So now we've got this beast of an F100 here. What, 53, 50?
It's a 56.
56, Coyote?
So Coyote, so we just a wrecked Coyote engine, obviously, but this will get fully built, and this will have a Harrop supercharger on it.
You're kidding, Harrop?
No, so it'll Harrop,
Keep an eye on Harrop TV.
Pretty trick truck. It'll just, it'll just be clean and whatever else. It's actually got a set of hot rods by board wheels on it, which we had them guys do for us.
Your chassis, or?
So one of our Chassis Works chassis, all brand new.
I've got a thing for these trucks. I'm not really a 50s guy, but these Ford trucks, an old boss of mine had one like this, and I'm drawn to them somehow.
Yeah, the 56 was always my thing. I just love the front wrap-around front screen on them, The 53 to 55, still a nice looking truck, but it just doesn't have the class that these do, So.
I notice on some trucks I see, these Ford trucks, is this body seam here can sometimes be problematic.
Yeah, it can be, yes. And just a lot of times I've done a few of these trucks now, and that gets welded up. We'll probably leave it on this thing because I just want a sort of more of an OEM look on it, but obviously we've tightened the gaps up, and that is, still a bit to go on it, but we've handmade a bed for it. We could have bought a repro one, but we just wanted to do those few small things on this truck. The uprights and that are all curved, and it's just all those little tricks that we do.
I reckon you'll hand fabricate some sort of exotic timber floor for it or something.
Well, it actually will have, yes.
No, I knew it. This is just a basic beginning of how a chassis comes together.
This is something I sort of have taken on doing a lot of one-off subframes for guys. It's through another shop up near Sydney. This is actually for a 74 Lincoln. So I've done a full subframe for it, which he'll cut the original. They're a monocoque construction, not a separate frame. So he'll actually take the original rails out, unspot them, take them out, and slide this in as a cartridge, basically. And then
I see like an early Falcon where they've got the rails from the caster rods back to the floor, right? All right.
I've pretty much just designed it so it sits right low, and he wants all polished stainless A-arms and that, which we don't normally do, but we will for this one. So that's just sort of one side of what we do for other shops and that sort of thing. But,
that's it. As you can see, nothing comes prefabricated. This is all created here by the boys here in the fab shop. And speaking of chassis and fabrication, we're going to go over here and have a sneak peek at some possible new products that will be available through Chassis Works Australia in the next few months, both in kit form, or you can get Shane to do it for you, but if you're handy with a welder and what have you,
so basically the Chassis Works side of Southern Rod is a separate company, and I sort of, it was a personal toy of mine. I started 5 years ago, and just in the thoughts of having a company that was just supplying builders components, 4-bar ends, actual 4-bar component kits, but just very high quality stuff compared to a lot of the stuff that you can buy nowadays. So we've developed a lot of our own products. We've got probably one of the first full billet chrome moly 4-bar ends, all fully CNC machined. They'll be available soon.
You were saying you've definitely done a lot of research into the bushings and hardware.
So with the bushings, there's a bit of a pet hate of our guys, especially our assemblers and that have some of our cars back that have had urethane bushings from different manufacturers, especially the American ones and that, and most of them are made in China, and the bushings just disintegrate, basically. So we had a chemist come up with a unique formulation for our ends. It's still a urethane mix, but especially formulated for us, so they'll last a long time. We've already proved in a couple of cars.
Trade secret, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we won't.
It's like 20% Scotch whiskey and some rubber.
Exactly. And the beauty is that we build cars.
Yeah.
You know, we're not like a lot of the other manufacturers that they make the parts, and there you go. You go off and prove that our parts work. We prove them ourselves. So,
that's it. Yep.
So over the last sort of 5 years, we've been lucky to have these sort of components we designed on our cars.
Yep.
After 5 years, we've gone back and looked at them all and pulled different cars back in, and okay, this bit failed or this bit didn't fail, and we know that that's how.
So there's definitely been a lot of product testing,
totally.
accidentally and deliberately. Some of these front end components are going to be available.
We'll have a full website up soon, which will have all our components on it, and you'll be able to buy them online. Just simple things. A lot of guys like to home fabricate nowadays, so we've designed these control arm adjusters and sleeve kits. We'll be able to sell them as a kit, even down to the brackets and that, so you can go and build your own chassis and whatever else. I mean, we'll stop short of assembling a whole front end or something for you, unless it's another shop that we know can actually fit the thing properly and do it justice, basically.
Yeah. And these are like thoroughly sort of engineered, assessed, tested and what have you, but Shane is not telling you to just buy these off them. Talk to your engineer, get a bit of an idea, because there's no good buying them off him because they're a top quality product, but if your engineer is one of those guys who interprets things differently to the next engineer, you just got to be sure. It's good stuff,
exactly right.
But you know, you could have one thing on a piece of paper that says it must be fitted like this, and it's interpreted 2 different ways. But this chassis is for the 66.
For the 66 Impala.
Don't look at that. There's not much of it. And what's the story with the truck? Everything seems to be blown. LS.
Yeah, it does now.
Coyote.
I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, most of my customers now, if we're not talking 1,000 horsepower, they don't want to know about it, you know, so... Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't let them drive out of here with 1,000 horsepower and tiny brakes.
No, totally not. No, everything's got, you know, we're sort of a bit of a die-hard Willwood sort of shop. We're slowly going into all the Harrop calipers because they've got their new range coming out soon. So they're doing some custom calipers for us now for the Invicta.
That's it. That name was Harrop.
But this truck here has actually got an American aftermarket chassis under it. It's from Queensland, so they say they're going to get it registered up there okay, but whatever. So we're building this for the guy that actually owns this Invicta. This is going to be his daily driver. LSA,
oh really?
Yeah. LSA.
6L80 or
80, you know. It's just 9-inch, and we're actually going to take the Willwoods off the Invicta and put onto this and put the Harris back onto that. But my boys have sort of finished most of the fab work. It's been over the body shop for its first round of body work, and it's just in polyester primer on the outside now. So Levi now is just finishing up all the fabrication of the inner fenders and whatever else, and then it's pretty much nearly blow it apart soon for paint.
That's it. All right, well, we'll go over to one of the other parts of the shop shortly and have a perv at what's going on over there. Well, you've seen the fabrication side of things. This is where they go to generally after fabrication. This is where they tidy things up. This is the paint shop. What's going on in here, Shane?
Okay, right. So there's a lot of varied stuff going on at the moment in the paint shop. There always is. So it's a bit of a process that we've worked out over the last 40 years, and to keep the vehicles moving and keep the build moving at all
Yep.
times rather than have.
Because I've asked you before, project management is almost a job in its own.
Is the big key.
Yep.
Simple as that. You
Yep.
know, I have a lot of guys that come up to me, younger guys who started shops and asking me advice how to do this and that, and
Yeah.
straight away I can see they're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, in my opinion, anyway. You know,
Yeah.
and I try to guide them with.
Oh, there's definitely steps in a process, isn't
Totally
there?
is, totally it is.
Yep.
And if you lose it,
Yeah,
it's all over.
yeah,
Simple
yeah.
as that, you know. But yeah, it's, you know, it's something that I've, you know, been lucky. I project manage really well and keep the
Yeah.
parts flowing and make sure the boys are always working on the cars, you know, because then at least, even though the vehicles take so long to build, you know, and you've always got downtime, things you can't help, you know, waiting for motors to be built or chrome platers or whatever else you're waiting for. Just doing other jobs in between that we can do to
Yep.
keep that vehicle moving along
That's
the
it.
production
That's it.
sort of flow.
So now, if people out there have followed Southern Rod and Custom, this is a pretty wild Mustang in the build here. It's a 66?
665.
65, yep.
Fastback. This thing's, yeah, it looks like a 65 Mustang, but it's not. So this has got a full integrated chassis under. It's been welded fully into the vehicle itself. All new floors right through. Obviously heavily tubbed. This vehicle sits. This is its actual drive height.
Yep.
So this thing will turn and brake and whatever else it needs to do at this height. Still above legal. It's quite.
Yep. Are the wheels there, like, are they the wheels that are going to be on it?
Yeah, so these
Yep.
are the wheels that are on it. So they're wheels that I designed. Just the fastback one up with our very first set of spline drive centre lock hubs in it. So these are a true centre lock hub. This vehicle's got a 5.2 Shelby eliminator in it, 4 litre Whipple supercharger, 6-speed Tramec, 9-inch with all our 4 bars and watch link setup, all on coilovers. So yeah, no, it's a pretty trick car. We've done a full custom dash for it and had a lot of bill of items made for that.
Was it right-hand drive when it came in?
It was left-hand drive when it came in the country, but you know the customer wants right-hand drive. I'd try to normally talk them into leaving them left-hand drive because it just makes our job easier, but you know, it's...
but you've done so much to it.
Exactly right,
Yeah.
and this car's a driver, you know, even though it might be pretty wild and wicked, but it's just that sort of car you want to drive it.
Yep.
You know.
And the Monaro, is that genuine GTS?
Yeah, it's a genuine white HK 307 power glide car, bucket seat console car, so we're just doing a full resto on that, but in typical our fashion, it's just going to have a little bit hotter motor in it, and probably maybe a 5-speed Tramec in it, something like that. You know, just so it's a better driver for the guy.
Yeah, no, that's what I think we're all sort of tending to do. I think.
I think so. We've seen a lot of big change in the last couple of years. You know, okay, you want your 100-point restoed car, but then you never use it, and you could have drove it. And when you do drive it, you're not happy with it because it's still an old car. Yeah. You know, so.
I feel Street Elite is where it's at because you get to use the car.
Totally.
You get to use the car.
Yeah. You know, we're probably going to put a United speed chop front end in it, and you know, keep it all bolt on so that we're not destroying.
You can put it back the way
it
should.
was.
It was, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, we're over here in the final assembly area.
Yeah, final assembly. Right?
Yeah. We've got this bright green XY here that people, if they watched any of our episodes at MotorX, this was unveiled there.
Unveiled, yes, for the first time. This has been quite a quick build for us. It's probably just on 2 years to build this car. It was a fairly good body to start with, but it's got one of our full chassis right through, United speed chop front end. 4-link, watch link rear end, Pavtex 393 Clevelands in it, around 700 horsepower. It's quite a honker. It's just a cool car.
Yeah, I like how you've taken the shock towers out and fabricated the sides of the engine bay, and what sort of accessory drive?
So that's the American CVF. They're probably the only ones that actually do for a Clevo.
I've used them on my Camaro.
They're
really good stuff. It's good stuff.
It was a bit Chinese to start with, but they've learnt now and they're using good components.
And this green is a custom colour?
So this green started off life as a Lamborghini colour, which actually had a a green and gold pearl in it, and I took all that out and just put a silver pearl in it, which toned the colour down a lot. So in certain lights, it
toned it down a lot.
Toned down a lot compared to what it was. So now, in certain lights it looks like a nice straight green, lime green, but when you get in the light it highlights really well.
No, it does suit it, the satin black and the green.
Hence the nickname of the Grinch. So,
yeah, that's it. And we got Dale's Ute back in for a little maintenance.
We just, this thing's been all engineered and obviously registered now, and Dale put a few Ks on it. We've done a photo shoot last week for a Street Machine magazine.
Yep.
A bit of an oil leak in the engine, so we're just fixing that up now. We're going to ready to go back to him. So
that's it. Just teething problems, mate.
Teething problems, which we have with every car. It doesn't matter, that we're elite builders and we've built hundreds of cars. It doesn't matter.
And I know, you said to me, and speaking to Dale, he was always going to drive this. So
yeah, exactly right.
There's just no issues here, and
he drives it hard.
Yeah. That's it.
Pretty cool. Been a bit of an icon car for this, just being an Australian Ute,
Yeah, that's it. Well, like we said,
loves it,
they're either ruined or they're in good nick.
Yeah.
It's a tradies car, really.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, and such a great colour outside when we saw it on the video recently outside.
It's got a bit of magic colour about it. So
crazy car. All right, we'll go up to this wild EH Ute.
EH Ute, So this vehicle was one we brought into the shop here when we first built the shop 9 years ago, or 10 years ago now. And it's just been an ongoing project. The owner's never been in a super big hurry for it. It's more about the journey for him. But this car's so this has got again one of our full chassis under it. It's all integrated into it. I've built probably 90% of this vehicle myself, so I've made all new roof, quarter panels, door skins. Front guards have been heavily modified. All the front inner skirts, etc., to go around the Nissan Skyline engine, twin turbo. So I've had to think about how this engine's ever going to come out again if it does. So I've done all the front as per a GDR, so the whole front radiator support and cage unbolts, so you can slide the whole cartridge of the engine and transmit it straight out.
Brilliant.
The vehicle itself looks like an EH Ute, but it's actually an inch wider than an EH, 2 inches longer than the wheelbase. Rear quarters, the wheel arches obviously been moved back a bit, and I've shaped the wheel arches in the shape of a 61 Impala wheel arch. The vehicle sits super low, I can turn and drive at a super low height. It's got one of Ryan's United Speed Shop front ends in it, which we've actually integrated into the whole chassis and welded it in rather than bolting.
Yep. That's pretty wild.
4-link and watch link 9-inch. It's got a huge set of bare 15-inch rotors on it with 6-piston calipers all around. So it's going to be a driver and a stopper.
That's
a very quick stopper.
Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Shane.
My pleasure.
I know where that come from, but anyway, enjoy this look through the showroom of nearly finished and finished cars.